Hi, everybody. This is Dee Chadha speaking. I am an ex-startup entrepreneur and very interested and glued to the startup ecosystem in Asia and America. I love chatting with founders and hearing what they have to bring in terms of new technology. And today, I would like to present to you a founder that I have been really inspired by, and his name is Lord Munjal. Welcome to the show, Lord.
Thank you, Dee. I appreciate you having me over.
Okay, so tell me and my audience about yourself.
Sure. So, Dee, I've been a serial entrepreneur. Recently founded Utopia Homes because it's getting more and more hard for people to afford their homes in the country. So the intent behind Utopia Homes is to democratize the access to home ownership in the nation. And then prior to founding Utopia Homes, I had founded a health tech company called Dr. Insta. It was venture capital backed. I scaled it and recently exited from that business. Before that, I had founded a venture capital fund called Brahmex Ventures as well. Prior to that, did long stints in Bank of America Merrill Lynch as well as at Citibank. Before that, did some management consulting work with Deloitte Consulting in the area of corporate strategy, where Google and Yahoo, along with Expedia, were my key clients. Academically, MBA from Indiana University, Bloomington, and then CFA charter holder. In my spare time, I like to travel, try out new things, experience new locations and cultures. So that's my background in a nutshell.
Yeah, and I've heard you're quite a foodie, checking out
Yes,
new restaurants around the world.
I do enjoy trying out new restaurants all over the world.
Oh, great. So, Lord, you're clearly very accomplished, and I am so honored that you took out the time to speak to us on the show. So I'd love to hear in more detail, and I'm sure my audience would. What is Utopia Homes and what is the X factor?
Sure. No, thanks for your kind words, Dee. Now talking about Utopia Homes. So as you know, in the past 15 years or so, the home ownership rates in the country have gone down. As post the last financial crisis of 2007, 2008, banks had to tighten their underwriting standards. And the side effect of that was that their pendulum swung way too far, and now the underwriting standards are way too tight. Also, with the Fed increasing rates multifold in the last 7, 8 months, and marrying that fact with, you know, 30 to 40% increase in home prices in the last 2+ years or so, there is a pandemic in the nation where for people who are starting their families or want to buy their first home, it's getting harder and harder because of the facts that rates have climbed up materially and the prices have gone up drastically. So with Utopia Homes, our intent is to help over 40 million households which are compelled to rent but would prefer to become homeowners in near term or midterm. So what we are doing with Utopia Homes is that we're giving them the opportunity to be on a path of homeownership sooner than later. They can come to the website utopiahomes.us, and if they're approved, then they are given a home buying budget and they are free to choose the homes of their choice. Once they find a home, they can run it by us. And if things take in time, we purchase the home and we do a two-pronged agreement with them, one being a 3-year lease, and two being the option to buy, not the obligation to buy, at a predetermined price or a strike price. So these people, whenever they're ready, could buy the home back from us. Generally, what is inhibiting them from buying the homes are the factors like suboptimal FICO or not enough down payment. So we help them take care of both of these factors so that they could become a homeowner sooner.
Wow, that's phenomenal. And I'm sure that would help out a lot of aspiring homeowners who want to start their families or want to give a secure and stable environment to the families at terms that are conducive to them and can help them. I'd like to ask you in terms of differentiation factors, how is your startup program different from other players in the market? For example, when I was researching, I came up with other players such as Home Partners and Divvy.
Sure. So Home Partners and Divvy programs are somewhat similar, somewhat different. Home Partners generally has a portfolio of 20,000 odd homes in the country, and they do the rent to own programs for these homes. Divvy program gives you the freedom to buy the home of your choice, just like Utopia does. The key differentiating factor is that if you are a customer, the math works out better for you with Utopia Homes than with Divvy or with Home Partners. And the math is dependent upon, three major factors. One, the rent charged by Utopia Homes is generally 10 to 15% lower than the rent charged by Divvy or Home Partners of America for the same property. Second, in case of Utopia Homes versus Divvy in particular, Divvy has a program whereby they give you only two prices. One, to buy back the home in the first 18 months, and that's flat. And the second one, to buy back the home between 18 months to 36 months. That is also flat. So which means that if you're buying home from Divvy in 19th month, you're paying for the baked in home price appreciation for 36 months or 3 years. Whereas with Utopia Homes, the math works out better on that dimension, and here is how. After first year, we do a prorated quarterly adjustment in home price. So if you're saying that home prices at which you are going to buy back the home from us are going to increase by 1% every quarter, so you pay for your 18 months of home price appreciation or 19 months of home price appreciation, not 36 months of home price appreciation as you do in case of Divvy Homes. So that's another major difference. With Home Partners of America, they also, do a far higher buyback price for their customers than Utopia does. So that's the second bigger difference. The third big difference is around a return on investment. For the upfront payment that our customers make into Utopia wallet, they are committed a ROI, a return on investment of 20% on this upfront payment. And neither Divvy nor Home Partners of America have that provision of giving that kind of return or any return for that matter to their customers. That's why this broad category is called rent to own homes. And Utopia's differentiation is that we call it rent, earn, and own homes. Earning component comes from the 20% return on the upfront capital that we are committing to our customers, which others are not. So I hope in a long-winded manner that answers your question as to how Utopia program is different. And in my mind, light years better than the programs run by Home Partners of America or Divvy Homes.
Amit, I whenever I look at new concepts and startups, I'm very interested if we could discuss that in terms of numbers. For our audience, if you want to just give an example of a number and how that might, pan out in terms of appreciation, in terms of how you would help them, in terms of ROI, etc. Could you just give a hypothetical example with numbers so it's easier for our audience to understand?
Sure. So let's say that there is a $400,000 home, and you are doing a rent to own with one of the three companies, Utopia Homes, Divvy, or Home Partners of America. So what you would see is that, let's make it a 3-year comparison, that at in the agreement that you would do with Home Partners of America, the price given to you at the end of 3 years could be 450,000 or 460,000. Let's go with the base case scenario of 450,000. Whereas the price given for Divvy might be 440,000, and the price given for Utopia would be 430,000. So if you look at this comparison now, that at the end of 3 years, when you buy back the home, you would be paying based on the home price of 450,000 from Home Partners of America, 440,000 from Divvy, and 430,000 from Utopia. So you save the money right off the bat. The second thing is, in our program, you would have to deposit 2% in Utopia wallet to begin with. And Divvy would ask you for the same, Home Partners would ask you for the same number too. So 2% of 400,000 is $8,000. So what we commit to our consumers is 20% of $8,000 would get contributed to your Utopia wallet. So that is $1,600 every year. So which comes out to be $1,600 multiplied by 3. Call it $4,800, rounding it to $5,000 contribution to your wallet, which you can use for the down payment when time comes for you to get the mortgage to buy this home back. So that's one difference. The second difference is, for the same $400,000 property, the rent that Utopia could charge you would be around $2,700 to $3,000. And the rent that Divvy could charge you or Home Partners would charge you would be around $4,000 or in that vicinity. So that's the second difference. I think between these two, we are covering the subtle math of the calculations for all these three programs. The other intangible difference of working with Utopia versus Divvy or Home Partners of America is our exceptional customer service. We provide customized care solution to our customers. So even before buying or post buying, they get top tier service from us versus that of our competitors. So I hope that addresses that question, Dee.
Yeah, sure. So basically you're saying that both on the hard side of the numbers and on the soft side of customer service, on both the ends, you have most likely a more comprehensive and conducive solution for home buyers who are looking for such products. Okay, so in terms of the location, are there specific locations in which you operate?
Yeah, so Utopia Homes is live in 24 odd states in Midwest and Southeast. So in all the metropolitan areas of these 24 states, we are pretty much active. So if your viewers are active in any of these 24 states in Midwest or Southeast, I strongly encourage them to come to utopiahomes.us, apply if you want to become a homeowner sooner and are being rejected by the mortgage companies of the country because of higher rates or higher home prices these days.
Yeah, so I absolutely encourage our audience and their friends and family to check out the website to see which areas the company Utopia Homes is active in and take benefit of better products in terms of better pricing and better opportunity to buy a house for themselves and their family. Great. So I really thank you for your time, Lord. It's been an honor to speak with you and learn more about Utopia Homes. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Dee. Appreciate your having me over and hosting me for your fantastic customer base. Take care.
Thank you.